Grace and peace to you, and welcome to Trusting God at All Times, a daily devotion. I'm Reverend Joe Cailles, the pastor of Peakland United Methodist Church here in Lynchburg, Virginia. During this season of Advent, Peakland people are reading this book, Prepare the Way for the Lord, an Advent study focusing on John the Baptist. This book is written by Reverend Adam Hamilton. We'll discuss a chapter of this book each week in small groups here at Peakland and referencing this book in the sermons on Sunday morning worship. I'm eager to share some of my insights with you, so that's what I'll do online each week on Thursdays in Advent. For this week's reading and in worship last Sunday, we focused on Zechariah and Elizabeth, the parents of John the Baptist. We meet them in Luke's Gospel. Luke writes, "In the days of King Herod of Judea, there was a priest named Zechariah. His wife was a descendant of Aaron, and her name was Elizabeth. Both of them were righteous before God, living blamelessly according to all the commandments and regulations of the Lord. But they had not had children, and both were getting on in years." This would have been hard for Elizabeth and Zechariah to bear. In their world, righteous folks who are blameless before the Lord should have been blessed by God with children. Elizabeth and Zechariah would have prayed for children for their entire marriage. When Zechariah is chosen for the once-in-a-lifetime honor of lighting incense in the Jerusalem temple, an angel of the Lord appears to him and says, "Do not be afraid, Zechariah, for your prayer has been heard. Your wife Elizabeth will bear a son, and you will name him John." "Your prayer has been heard," said the angel. There have been many times in my life when I wanted an angel of the Lord to say to me, "Your prayer has been heard." When I'm hurting, when I'm feeling lost and alone, when I don't know what to do, I have prayed for wisdom and for guidance and for hope. I suspect most all of us have prayed and waited for answers. God heard Elizabeth and Zechariah's prayer and gave them a miracle, a son. We pray for miracles too. And once or twice in a lifetime, we get the miracles. Miraculous healings in our body, miraculous reconciliations with those who hurt us, a miracle parking space in the Target parking lot during Black Friday. Sometimes God answers our prayers not with miracles, but with God's own presence. We develop a spirit of peace, a spirit of hope. The way forward opens up to us. God hears our prayers and answers them in small ways too. Most times, I believe we are meant to answer each other's prayers. We, the church, those of us who follow Christ, God uses us to answer the prayers of those around us. For those who are praying out of loneliness, Jesus calls us to provide community and family. For those who are praying for justice, Jesus calls us to be their advocates. For those praying for the necessities in life, Jesus calls us to be generous with our time and our resources. This Advent season, pray to God. Lift your needs and lift your pain, and then let God give you comfort and peace and miracles. And this Advent season, let God use you to answer the prayers of those around you. Thanks be to God.